Before we get going, let's focus on what we are grateful for. Thank the body for having the strength and the health to even be able to practice today. I'm sending you all gratitude for being here with me this morning. Gently blinking the eyes open. And let's come onto our hands and knees. So let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. So sitting nice and tall. Now I want you to draw the belly button in nice and solid and strong here. But allow your hands to be nice and wide. So a nice wide palm on the ground. We're going to do a few cat-cows to warm up the spine. So as you inhale, you're going to drop the belly, look up. And as you exhale, a nice strong rounding of the spine. Really push that spine up to the sky. And then inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round into the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Do that 2 more times. I'm going to set my timer here. So keeping with that breath. Good. On that last one, let's come into neutral spine. So from here, we're just going to pop back into child's pose for a moment. So we're just going to sit onto those heels. Good. Drop that forehead to the ground, reach forward. Now I want you to, rather than resting in child's pose on this one, I want you to walk your fingertips forward, as far forward as they can, but at the same time, draw those shoulders down and away from the ears, almost feeling the back engage and lengthen at the same time. Good. Now on the next inhale, I want you to lift slightly and send your arms, both of them off to the right hand side, and then settle back down. So we're lengthening all through that left hand side. Good. Now let's inhale through the center and take the hands to the left, pushing into that right hand side. Good. On the next inhale, coming back onto hands and knees, setting those hands up nice and wide again, so you've got a nice base of support. We're going to stretch one leg or both legs at a time into a plank position. So as we hold plank position here, we're going to tuck that pelvis under from here, just pushing right up into downward facing dog. So when we're here in downward dog, we want to make sure that those hands and feet have as much pressure or have equal pressure. So we're pushing just as strongly into the hands as we are into the feet, almost feeling like you're starting to push or maybe tear your mat apart. So we want to really flip those sit bones up, draw the belly button in towards the sky, pushing those heels down towards the ground. So now on the next inhale, look up to your hands and slowly start to walk those feet towards the top of the mat. We're going to inhale here, half lift, get a nice straight back, hands can go on the shins, and then a nice forward fold down. Good. Then from here, we're going to inhale all the way up to the sky and exhale, forward fold again. We're going to inhale, half lift, exhale, bend into those knees slightly, hands come to the ground. We're going to step back into our plank pose for just a moment, get that core connection, then push back into downward facing dog. Holding here for a few nice big Ujjayi breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Good, really feeling that length in the back of the legs, keeping those shoulders drawn down and away from the ears. On the next inhale, so look towards the hands and slowly start to step towards the top of the mat. We'll inhale with a half lift, straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up again. Take a nice breath to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, dive down again. We're going to inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, hands down to the mat. Step back into your plank pose, holding here for a moment, getting that core strong, set up, and then shift those hips all the way back up towards the sky. Holding here for a few breaths. Awesome, you guys. I trust that you're doing okay out there, and if you're not, you'll let me know, hopefully. All right, guys, we're going to go through a few more flows just to warm that body up. So let's take a look towards the hands again. This time, you can either step, jump, or hop towards the top of the mat. We're going to inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the back, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. So from here, let's inhale those arms all the way up to the sky again. And bring those hands down through heart center. So this time we're going to go into our chair pose. So feet can either be hip distance apart, or I'll show you this way. I like having my toes together and heels slightly apart, a little bit more of a classic posture there. So from here, we're going to sit those hips back, keep that belly button drawn in, pelvis tucked under, keeping it nice and strong there. And then from here, I want you to reach your arms up to the sky, shoulders down and away from the ears. So we're going to go through our sun salutation or Surya Namaskara B, getting our heart rate up just a little bit more. So on the next inhale, rise. On the next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold again. From here, I want you to step back into your plank pose. Good. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Chaturanga, you can join me in Chaturanga, basically just a yogi push-up. So you're going to keep your hips on or up off the ground for the first one. We're going to drop to the knees. This is just going to give you the first option. From here, let's keep those elbows tucked in towards the side. You should be able to feel those elbows. And now from here, shine that chest up into bent leg, upward dog, or cobra. And then from here, coming up onto the toes, pushing yourself right back into downward facing dog. Good. Now from here, I want you to step forward with your right leg. So right underneath you, coming into a low lunge. Low lunge means we're going to drop that knee in the back for just the first one here. Pushing those hips forward, shining that chest high, and let's reach the arms all the way up to the sky. A little bit of an arch in the back. Good. On that next exhale, we're going to draw those hands down to the mat. Flip the toes. We're going to step back into plank. Drop to the knees again. Flowing through our bent knee chaturanga. Shine that chest up to the sky. Coming back into your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, look towards the hand. Step your left leg towards the top. Drop to that back knee. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Good. Finding that balance here. Staying connected to that core center.
Got me.
All right. Exhale, you guys. Hands down to the mat. Stepping back into your plank position. Drop to the knees if you wish, or stay on the toes. Elbows nice and close to the body. Shine that chest to the sky. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Holding here for a few breaths. So when you're in downward dog, sometimes the nice thing to do is walk the dog. Basically means we're holding one leg straight, bending into the other, kind of going side to side. I don't know if you can see her, but my cat's just making her rounds this morning. You might see her coming in and out of the camera. All right, you guys, on the next one, let's take a look towards the top of the mat. We're going to bend into the knees, step, jump, or hop towards the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, as we inhale, we're going to drop those hips and shine those arms and the chest right up to the sky into chair posture again. Good. So we're going to do one more round of Surya Namaskara B. So inhale, stand up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, straighten the back, straighten the legs. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to go through this one fairly slow. So from here, let's plant the hands, coming back into plank pose. Now, if you want to drop to your knees for chaturanga, do so, or feel free to join me on the toes, elbows nice and close to the body. Shoot that chest up to the sky, coming into upward dog. Now toes can either stay like that, or you can flip them for your upward dog, whatever feels better for you. And from here, pushing those hips towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Now we're gonna add a little bit kind of a flow to this. Let's lift that left leg high towards the sky. As you exhale, bend that knee underneath the chest, coming into high lunge. So from here, we're gonna come into crescent pose if you want to stay high on the toes, or drop the heel in the back so the toes are pointing off to the side, coming into warrior one. Belly button draws in. Try if you can to keep that knee, that front knee. The goal is to get it to about 90 degrees. Good. From here, let's exhale, forward fold. Come up onto the toes if you're not already there. Step back into plank. Flow through your chaturanga, or you can simply go up into downward facing dog. As you come into down dog, let's lift that right leg up high to the sky. Step underneath into that high lunge again. Neither again, stay on the toes, or drop into that back heel. Lifting the arms into warrior one. Really focus on shoulders down away from the ears and knee at 90 degrees. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into plank. Coming through chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Holding here for a few breaths. Now this is an opportunity just to reconnect to the breath. Of course, option always when we're in downward dog. If downward dog's not for you, you can always come down into child's resting pose. Good. On the next inhale, I'm going to slowly start to step forward or hop towards the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, back straight. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, drop those hips again. Rise those arms to the sky into chair pose. Good. On the inhale, released. All right, wonderful. All right, so what's gonna happen next, we're gonna go into our first HIIT interval. So I'm actually just gonna set a timer here. So that's basically the HIIT interval. How we're going to do it, we can do it a couple of different ways. I've done this in repetitions before, but I've also done it in intervals before, which is actually quite nice. So with this interval, oops, wrong one. All right. So with this interval, what we're going to do is we're going to do an exercise or a movement for 20 seconds and then take 10 seconds of rest, just like a Tabata workout with HIIT classes, okay? So it's like a Tabata style. But what we're going to do is we're going to do, a yogi burpee, okay? So I'm going to show you the difference between a regular burpee and what we call, in this style of yoga, a yogi burpee. So as you guys know, burpees, we're going to start with those feet about hip distance apart. I want you to think about just like we did chair pose. So you don't have to let those arms rise, but it's a nice way to add that yogi kind of aspect to it. Then hands will come down to the ground. You'll keep those hips low. You'll jump back. Now notice I'm jumping back into a bent knee, okay? You can jump back into a straight plank if you want to. You just want to make sure you are landing softly, okay? We're protecting that back and protecting the spine. And from here, you'll come forward, lift into chair, and then power up or just stand if you wish, okay? So option here is you're going to come into that chair pose, hands down, step back, step forward, and stand, okay? So we're going to get started here with our first interval. So we're going to start by just bending into those hips, coming into chair, hands down, jump back, hold plank, jump forward, come up and jump if you wish, right back down, hands down, jump back, jump forward, push up, and come back down. We'll do one more, jump back, jump forward, and relax. So take a couple moments here just to breathe. You might think, oh, I could have kept going. We got a few more rounds of that to go. All right, chair pose. Come down with the hands to the ground. Jump back, come forward, either stand and rise or jump. Come back, sit into your chair, hands down, jump back, jump forward, and rise. Good, one more. Excellent, relax, take a break. So this is where you reconnect to that breath, right? Try to get that breath back. All right, chair pose, let's go again. Drop those hands to the ground. Jump back, jump forward, and stand or jump. Making sure if you're jumping, you are landing right back in to that chair pose. Nice and soft. Last one. All right, take a break. How we doing? Doing okay?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, let's sit back into that chair pose. Jump back. All right, take a break. So that was number 4, fourth round. We're doing 4 more, just like that. So connect to the breath between rounds. Sit into child's. Hands down. Jump back, jump forward, up. So remember, just think about these as more conscious burpees, focusing on really doing each movement with perfection. Relax, take a break, rather than just trying to muscle through the burpees like we would in maybe a HIIT class. All right, let's go. Sit back, hands down, jump back, jump forward, up. Remember, you can jump or take the jump out. Relax, take a break. 3 more to go. All right, down to that chair. Really stay conscious of that core connection, drawing that belly button in towards the spine. And relax, good. Take a break. Take a breather. All right, 2 more to go, 2 more to go. Have a seat. Let's get to it. It's only 20 seconds. All right, take a break. We got 1 more to go. 1 more to go, ladies. We're gonna recenter. All right, let's do it. So again, make this one really conscious. Focus on the core. Focus on the muscles. Stay connected to the breath. Let's do 1 more. And relax. Awesome. All right, ladies, anytime, feel free to take a drink of water if you need it. But at this moment, let's recenter. So when you're ready, feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna take a nice big breath all the way up to the sky. Big breath and exhale. Hands through heart center. Inhale, maybe for a couple of breaths, we inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So as we open the mouth in yoga, it just helps us cool down. But if we want to keep that heat, we inhale and exhale through the nose. We'll do that 1 more time. Awesome. From here, let's bring those the feet together. Again, toes together, heels maybe slightly apart. From here, I'm gonna go this way so you can see me. We are gonna squat back down into our chair. Then from here, you're gonna take your left elbow onto the right knee.
stack the hands and the elbows on top of each other. So really push strongly into those hands and into the heels, lifting the chest up off the thighs. So again, make this really conscious movement, drawing the belly button in towards the spine, keeping that core fully engaged. Now make sure, take a quick peek down at the knees. Now if you notice that right knee is back a little bit, that just means those hips are twisted. So make sure the knees are side by side. Good, on the next inhale, we'll slowly begin to rise all the way up to the sky. Good, now from here, we're gonna go right to the other side. So we're sitting back into our chair. Okay, now we're taking that right elbow onto the left knee, stacking the elbows and the hands together, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Good, on the next inhale, slowly begin to rise. Good, we're gonna do a balanced posture here because it's so much fun. So from here, let's drop those hands right to our hips. We're gonna bend, I'm gonna mirror you guys. So I'm gonna bend into the left leg, standing strong on your right. Okay, now from here, we're gonna externally rotate that knee off to the side. Now, if you want to, you're gonna keep your toes on the ground and that heel of the left leg onto the right ankle. Okay, you can go there, okay? Or if you want a little bit more challenge, that bottom of the foot comes onto the calf. Or a little more challenge yet, you're gonna reach down, grab onto that foot and push it strongly into the standing right leg thigh. Now from here, hands can stay on the hips, hands can go off to the side, or we reach up to the sky into tree pose. So when you reach to the sky, I want you to really think about extending the branches of your tree to the sky, collecting all that nice living energy from the sun. While you're standing, focus on the roots underneath your foot, growing strong into the ground, feeling the energy of the earth. Holding strong, belly button draws in. Wonderful, staying there. I'm just gonna turn to the side so you can see me. But from here, you're gonna tip from the hip. If you want to, you're gonna extend that leg back behind you, coming into warrior three. Good, on the next inhale, slowly begin to rise. Challenge yourselves here. You can bring that knee up, grab onto that knee, and release. Wonderful, shake it out. All right, ladies, we're gonna do that one more time, but on the other side. So I want you to start by getting nice and strong on your standing left leg, bending into the right, externally rotating. Now again, finding whether it's on the calf, whether it's on the thigh, whatever feels better. And you might find that one side feels different than the other. And again, arms can go out to the side, or for full expression, reaching to the sky. Nice, strong extension up. Good, now again, if you want that same challenge as we did on the other side, you're gonna slowly release that right leg, start to push it behind you, tip from the hip, reaching forward, either the arms forward or the arms back, coming into either airplane or warrior three. On the next exhale, we're gonna come up, grab your knee, and release. Wonderful job. All right, so shake it out. We're gonna do one flow that's gonna get us down to the ground, coming into our next interval. So feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale, tip from the hip, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, hands down to the ground, step back into plank. Feel free to flow through chaturanga if you wish. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Good. On the next breath, we're just going to simply come down onto the hands and knees, getting ready for our next interval. I'm just gonna set my timer up here. All right. All right, so on the next interval, I'm gonna show you our next round. So what's gonna happen here is we're going to do donkey kicks with push-ups. So, kind of looks a little funny, but basically this leg is gonna shoot up, okay? So you can have it straight out or straight up. So think about that knee coming in and pressing strongly to the ground, okay? Now when you come down, your arms are straight. When you come up, you're pressing down and then up, okay? So it'll be down, up, down, up. Now we can be fairly slow, or you can go fast and add a little power into that push-up. Is everybody ready? Okay, we're gonna do 4 rounds on each side, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. Okay, so push up, down. So really feel those glutes working. It's like you're pushing against a weight up to the sky. Hands a little bit wider than shoulders. Getting into a nice push-up and relax. Okay, just shake out the hips. You can come into child's resting pose if you need to. Straighten into the arms a little bit. Release those arms. Get yourselves back up. And again, round 2.
Same leg?
What's that?
Same leg?
Yeah, same leg. And relax. Okay, 10 seconds here to relax. We're gonna do 2 more on that same side, and then we'll switch to the other side. All right, let's get ready and go. Now relax. Now another option, if you find that chest and arms are getting tired, just focus on the legs. You can keep a nice strong core and press. All right, let's go. So if you do want to take that push up out, focus strictly on the glutes. You can do around here. Almost there. Again, conscious kicks, conscious presses. All right, I'm gonna turn around to the other side so you can see me. We're gonna do 4 now on the other side. So getting ready, getting that other leg up and press. And again, you can take that push up out if you want to. All right, relax, take a few seconds. Again, if you want to, come into child's resting pose. Do whatever you need to do. All right, let's get set back up and go. And again, slow, controlled movements if you want, or add some power into it and explode up. And again, if you do find that upper body's getting tired, focus on the legs. Good, relax. All right, let's get back to it. Again, arms and legs, or just the legs. Whatever's feeling good. And relax. Do we have one more to go? I'm like, what? I'm talking too much. Let's do one more on this side. And again, push up or no push up. I think I'm gonna go with no push up right now and just really focus on the glutes. I know that those glutes can really fire up when you're doing these kicks. Whew. All right, ladies, and relax. Oh, okay, nice work. So let's have a seat. from here, we're gonna sit right down into butterfly. So feet together, knees off to the side. Take a moment just to reconnect to the breath, reconnect to the body. Now from here, hands are gonna go onto the feet. Now you can choose to bring those feet nice and close if you want a deeper stretch, okay? Or you can have it further away into more of a diamond shape. So whatever feels better for you. So you can choose to grab onto the feet, or another option, if you want to come a little deeper, you're gonna tuck the forearms underneath the lower leg and rest the elbows on the ground. So whatever feels good, taking a moment maybe just to close the eyes. Just a few more breaths here. Good. Now on the next inhale, slowly begin to rise. Now we're going to come up onto the hands and knees just for a moment to set up for the next one. So while we're here, I want you to come up onto, allow that left leg to go forward. Okay, hands can go on either side of that front foot and drop into that hip. Now, you can choose either to stay here or you can rise, okay? Now, pushing that hip forward, I'm gonna give you another option. If you wanna get a rotation in here, you're gonna take that right arm over top of that left knee and then reach to the back. Coming into a nice rotation. If you do that rotation now, sit up nice and tall as you push that hip forward. Belly button draws in tightly towards the spine, supporting that low back. Good, allowing one more inhale here. And as you exhale, release. Okay, so taking the left leg back, you switch right into the right side, taking that right leg forward, hands on either side of the foot. And again, either feeling free to stay here or come up into that rotation. So left arm over the right knee and then reach towards the back. Okay, one more inhale. As you exhale, release. All right, so from here, let's come right onto our backs. So our next interval is going to be very core centered. Again, I'm just gonna reset my timer here. All right, so from here, we're gonna do 2 different exercises and we're gonna alternate between each one of them. So we are gonna do 4 rounds of the one, 4 rounds of the other. We are going to do 8 in total and alternate. So the first one you're going to do is you're going to extend your legs all the way down to the ground. Now, option here, hands can either go by the temples or hands underneath the chin. All we're doing is we're keeping our body flat on the ground and crunching, okay? Now, again, you can have a slow option, or the goal with this one, so we can get that heart rate up a little bit, is to basically crunch as quickly as we can, but with conscious control. Okay, so that's the first one. Then the second one, when I say switch, we're going to go into that bicycle crunch. So hands are going to be by your side. One leg is lifted, one leg is bent. You're going to crunch that opposite shoulder. So let's say that left knee is in, the right shoulder over, and then switch. So we're going to switch fairly quickly, but hold from side to side. Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. So let's start with the legs flat on the ground. We're going to start with that crunch. Okay, so from here, crunching up, seeing how many we can get. So this one is actually called belly bonfire, and it's because we're going to start building that fire up in the core. Now with this one, if you do find your head is getting a little bit heavy, hands behind the head works as well. Okay, relax and stretch it out if you want to. We got 10 seconds to relax here. Go ahead and get yourself set up for bicycle crunch. Good, and go. So bicycle crunch, we're doing a quick switch with a hold. Making sure we are holding for that second from side to side to engage with that core. Stay with your breath. Really important to stay with that breath. Good, relax. All right, we're gonna switch to the other one. So lie those feet flat on the ground. Then hands behind the head or under the chin, whatever feels better, and go. And relax, taking 10 seconds here just to breathe, release into that core, and we're gonna get set up for that bicycle crunch. You can hug those knees in, extend one leg, let's go, side to side. Stay connected to that breath. Inhale, exhale, and release. All right, drop those legs. So we're halfway through this round. We've got 2 more of each interval. All right, let's go. Let's crunch. Building that fire in that core, feeling that bonfire in the belly. And relax. Woo! Only got 1 more of those to go. Anybody feeling this? I am.
Yes.
All right, setting up. We've got those cycles again. Let's go. Almost there. Second last one of these. Of course, option on this one too is feet can come down to the ground and knees side to side. So if you're really starting to feel that, relax. Always take it into a different option. All right, guys, we got 1 more of each. 1 more round to go. All right, take it up, crunch it up.
Rachel?
Yeah.
What's the effectiveness with having your legs straight versus bent? Is there more of an effect?
Yeah, it actually takes the hip flexors out of the motion. So often when the legs are bent, or even if the legs are straight, sometimes we tend to shift into that more of a hip flexor movement. But as soon as we lengthen, these guys have to relax, and it takes it right into that core center.
Okay.
So it is actually a little bit more effective. Yeah. Good question.
Thanks.
1 more bicycle crunch here, you guys. Okay, almost there.
I'm a good student.
That's right. All right. Woo. Relax, lengthen. So let's stretch those arms and legs out. Very nice. Now from here, I want you to scoot your shoulders all the way as far over to the right as you can. And I want you to take the left ankle and cross it over the right ankle, coming into Banana Asana. So we're getting that nice length all through the left side of the body. So really extend the arms. Now, of course, if you've got a shoulder injury and you don't like going overhead, just feel free to drop that left arm and just keep with that, the right arm reaching if you want to. And just really extend. So as if we're doing a nice morning stretch, I want you to really reach through the hands, reach through the feet. Ladies, my headphones or my mic might die on me, so if it does, I'll turn the music down and then you should hopefully be able to hear me. All right, now from here, we're gonna go to the other side. So extend that left leg off to the other side of the mat, cross the right leg, and then scoot those shoulders all the way over to the left, getting that nice length on the right hand side. And again, remember, it's a nice reach. Now, if we were doing this in yin yoga, which we sometimes do, we would fully relax the body. But because we're in this style, I want you to really lengthen. So we're maximizing that stretch, lengthening all through the lats, the obliques, maybe even down to the hips for some of us who are tight. On that next breath, coming back to the center. Now I want you to just hug your right knee in towards your chest. Okay, so we're gonna lengthen all the way in through that low back. And you might even feel this on the hip flexor on the left-hand side. So as you push that left leg towards the ground. Now on the next breath, extend your right arm off to the side, take that left hand on the knee, and let's rotate that knee off to the left. So when you're doing this rotation, you do want to keep both shoulders on the ground, and you should really feel that rotation in the upper kind of mid-thoracic spine rather than the lumbar. So as long as there's no pain in that lumbar spine, you should know that you're up in that thoracic. So we're not trying to push that knee to the ground, you don't need to, just a nice rotation of the spine. The head can rock over to the right-hand side. So rotations are always a great way to kind of finish off. You get to lengthen, of course, all the little tiny muscles up along the spine. Rotation is also really great for digestion. And of course, we lengthen into the obliques and the core muscles that we worked. All right, on the next inhale, let's take that knee right back up to the center. We'll hug it in towards the chest again. And for a moment, let's take that right knee into the right hand and we'll open up to the right. So now the goal is to keep both hips on the floor, opening up into those inner thighs. You'll hit into those hip flexors a little bit as well. Good. On the next inhale, come on up. Now, before we move to the other side, we're going to place both feet flat on the ground, keeping those heels and knees about hip distance apart, bringing the heels close enough so you can dust those fingertips on, or if you feel okay in the knees, you can just wrap around the hands around the ankles, whatever feels better. Now, from here, I want you to focus on pushing that low back in towards the ground, engaging the core. Hands will go down by your side. From here, we're going to inhale, lift those hips all the way up to the sky, and roll back. So push into the heels and roll up onto the shoulders. So it's like we're trying to push the chest into the chin. Hands can stay along the side or tuck those shoulders underneath the back, clasp the hands together and push those hands strongly to the ground. Now the goal here is to keep that face shining to the sky, trying not to rotate the neck. Taking just another couple of breaths here. Good. Exhale, bring those hips all the way down to the ground. Awesome. From here, I want you to right away extend into the right leg and hug the left knee in towards the chest. So it's getting that nice length all in the low back, in the glutes. Good. Now on the next breath, let's take that right hand on the left knee, left arm out to the side, and a nice gentle rotation to the side. So you can hook that top foot kind of behind or on top of that bottom knee, just allowing that leg to rest a little bit, and the head can roll off to the left-hand side. Allowing a couple of more breaths here, just enjoying that rotation. Rotation is one of my favorite things to do. Good. On that next breath, come up to the center. Now, like we did on the other side, we'll take that left knee into the left hand, right hand off to the side, keeping both hips and shoulders on the ground, and we open into that inner thigh. Good. On that next inhale, let's draw up to the center. We're going to place, again, both feet on the floor, coming into baby bridge once more. So making sure those heels are nice and close to the hips, heels and knees about hip distance apart, shoulders tuck underneath the back, belly button pushes strongly into the floor. So we're trying to almost get like a little rotation, kind of a tuck with the pelvis. That way, as you come up, we're going to inhale, push strongly into those feet. That way, we're keeping that nice, strong core center. We're not falling into that low back, and we're fully lengthening into those hip flexors. So again, rolling up onto the shoulders like a mini kind of shoulder stand. Hands and shoulders can come under the back if you wish. So when we're here, really pushing strongly into the heels, maybe even see if you can release the glutes a little bit and just lengthen and feel that more connection with the quads. All right, on that next exhale, fully release. Let's hug both knees in towards the chest now, just giving that low back a little bit of relief. Now, I always like to finish up before coming into Shavasana with a happy baby. I just love the opening in the hips, so join me if you wish, or go into Shavasana. So happy baby, a great way to start is get those knees nice and wide, pull the knees into the shoulders. Hands can stay behind the thighs if you wish, or reach towards the ankles, or even grabbing the feet or the toes. When we're doing here, we're just letting our arms and gravity push those knees towards the floor, opening up into the hips. Gentle rock side to side is always nice, as it is called happy baby. So maybe smile a little bit and just notice how good it feels to finally be coming into our final postures. Release, hug those knees in towards the chest again if you wish. Now we are going to come into Shavasana, of course, one of the most important postures of any yoga class. So if you want to, I know it's kind of cold where I am, so I'm going to encourage you, if you want to, just to put maybe your sweater back on, maybe put your socks on, or cuddle underneath a blanket. It's really important when we're doing Shavasana is that we are feeling comfortable and we're feeling warm and connected. So I'm just going to kind of change the music. Not sure if you can even hear it anymore, but I'm going to just tune this music down just to give us something a little bit more relaxing to listen to. And then when you're ready, you're going to lie down on your back, close into the eyes, and start to relax. So to get set up for Shavasana, we're going to have those feet nice and wide, feet just flop off to the side, tucking those shoulders underneath the back, and palms lie open. So Shavasana is also called a corpse pose, as we're looking to find as little amount of movement as possible. Purpose of corpse or Shavasana is to just release the past, which is the practice that we just did, and just fully embrace the present moment and the feeling, the good positive feeling and vibe that the practice has just given us in the body. I'm just going to take a nice big inhale through the nose, expand the lungs, fill the belly all the way up. And then a nice sigh out the mouth. Just feel the body sink into the mat, close into the eyes, and just fully embrace these couple of moments of stillness and silence. And I'll bring you back shortly. Allow the next inhale just to be a little bit deeper. Maybe starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, rolling the wrists. Just starting to slowly wake up the physical body.
Get ready, reach overhead into a nice big morning stretch. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I think my headphones just died.
I can hear you.
All the way. And then draw the knees in towards the chest. Hugging into the knees, just gently rocking side to side, relieving that low back. Now in yoga, we often suggest rolling off to the right-hand side into fetal position, just so I don't turn my back to you. I'm going to roll to the left. But roll off to your right-hand side if you can, just resting your head on the bicep. Just rounding into the spine, just feeling the comfort of this posture. And on the next inhale, just slowly come on up to a comfortable seated position. Once we get there, we'll bring the hands to heart center. Just drop the shoulders down away from the ears, hands in prayer, and just close the eyes and bow into the hands for just a moment. Just take a notice, a scan of the body, and just notice how different maybe your mind and body feel now when you first came today. And sending again that body just a moment of gratitude for allowing you to get through the practice. Wishing you all much love and blessings, and hoping that you carry these good thoughts and feelings with you off the mat today. When you're ready, just gently open into the eye. I'm going to wish you all namaste.
Namaste.